It is college football Saturday. I'm amped up. Every game means just a little bit more right now as we come to the end of November. The College Football Playoff Committee meeting just a few more times before those get locked in. We've got two regular season games, and then, of course, all the conference championships, which will really decide who is in, who is out, the top four, and then 5 and 6. Georgia is one of those teams where if they win out in the regular season, they're locked in no matter what happens in the conference championship game. But for teams like Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, Oregon, Cincinnati, these are the next few weeks where everything is on the line. Everything is important. And it is win or go home right now for these one-loss teams. I'm amped up to watch everything. Welcome, I'm finally getting to it. Welcome to another Cruel Fan video where we are breaking down the college football scene. There are 3 top 25 games this week that are going to be fantastic, that are going to potentially shake up the college football playoff. I've got some betting tips on them. I also want to talk about something that I haven't even mentioned. We're going into their 12th week, and I've not even mentioned these things. One thing in particular, the Heisman Trophy Award. I don't even know what to say about it. It's been very confusing. That's where I'll start. We come into the year, Spencer Rattler is the favorite. He's not even the starting quarterback anymore. Comes in last week in Waco, gets blown up. Leaves the game after 2 drives. Caleb Williams, true freshman, comes in. So the guy that was the favorite from Vegas isn't even a starting quarterback anymore. He might as well be a backup running back for all Oklahoma cares. It's interesting to say the least. We've got guys like Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral. Isaiah Spiller was a big name in the beginning of the year. Bijan Robinson was a name in the beginning of the year. He's out for the season now. So really, it's come down to just 3 guys for me at the moment. I wish defensive guys were really more included in this award. It's not like they're excluded. They just never win because Georgia has a handful of guys that you could put on this list. But for me, right now, there are 3 people who stand out. Number 1, Kenneth Walker, Michigan State. This dude is a beast. He's averaging 147 yards per game. He's the reason they won against Michigan. And when it comes to the Heisman, it comes down to a Heisman moment. It comes down to that signature win, that signature run, throw, pass, touchdown, whatever it might be. And Kenneth Walker, over the next 2 weeks, has Ohio State and Penn State. He's trying to get his team to the college football playoff. If they win out, it will be because Kenneth Walker is a big part of those games. He will have a Heisman moment. He should be a favorite. Bryce Young, not the same way. He's probably got the best stats out of anyone. He's impressed at Alabama as a quarterback, but over the next few weeks, they have Arkansas and an Auburn team that really probably won't touch them. I'm not sure Bryce Young is going to get his Heisman moment, and it certainly hasn't happened yet. That's the only thing that concerns me there. CJ Stroud, Ohio State, he's got Michigan State into Michigan. He could certainly have a Heisman moment, especially if one of those games are close. He's a freshman. He's been super impressive. He's been excellent since the beginning of the season. Those are my 3 guys, but it has been confusing. It has been difficult to even really narrow in on the deserving characters of the Heisman. But let's talk about what really matters. The games on hand this week. We've got a ton of great top 25 matchups, and they are important. Let's start with one of the big underdogs, number 3, Oregon, heading to Utah. I don't get why they're an underdog in this game. They've been underdogs twice this season. They've won 2 straight as underdogs. Utah has some sketchy losses, and I get it's a tough place to play. I get Pac-12 cannibalism, but the talent just doesn't match up. Oregon has it, and outside of a bad pass interference call, they're an undefeated team. So I like Oregon in that spot a lot, especially getting something on the money line there. Let's move into Michigan State, Ohio State. I think the Buckeyes win this game. Do I think they win by 19.5? I sure don't. Michigan State is 9-1. They've covered in 5 of 6. They've covered or pushed in 8 of 10 total this season. Why are they being disrespected like this? Michigan State can certainly keep up. Kenneth Walker will create headaches. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great Big Ten game. But I do not think that Ohio State just trounces all over them like Vegas suggests that they will with this spread. And so that's where I'm leaning in that one. And then we've got Alabama and we've got Arkansas. We've got the number 2 team in the country against number 21. Props to Arkansas. Talk about an improvement. So impressive what they have done, what Sam Pittman has done over the last 2 seasons to take Arkansas from the cellar team in the SEC, basically Vanderbilt, to a team that's going to go to a bowl game this season. I've loved watching this squad. I think they're a ton of fun. I don't think they're going to come close to Alabama. We're talking about a Crimson Tide team coming off 2 SEC wins, a non-conference win. They look like they're in mid-season national championship form. And with that being said, I don't think anyone outside of Georgia really comes close to this Alabama team right now. 20.5 is the spread there. They'll win by 3 touchdowns. That's where I'm leaning there. Should be a great week in college football. Then we've got Thanksgiving next week and another, probably the best week, the rivalry week. I'm all for that. Let's go. It's going to be fun.